If you freeze up and stress out in corners, if you grip the handlebars tightly, or if you experience that inexplicable, meaningless feeling of dissociation, I have good news for you. This is absolutely not your incompetence. His is a 2 million-year-old evolutionary error code in your brain. It is a very important software bug designed to keep you alive, but tries to kill you when you are on a motorcycle. We call this amygdala hijacking. With today's video, we will update you. You are approaching a corner. The speedometer shows 80. Your heart rate has increased. Your stress level has started to rise. The bike is leaning. At exactly that millisecond, a coup attempt, in other words, coup d'état, takes place in your brain. Under normal circumstances, the manager of your brain is the prefrontal cortex. So what does it do? It makes logical decisions, calculates, says aim for that apex, open the throttle 10%. In short, it makes the right decisions in your life. However, that feeling of leaning in the corner means we are falling in our evolutionary biology. Your primitive fear center, the amygdala, hits the emergency button the moment it perceives this threat and shuts down the prefrontal cortex. This is called amygdala hijack. The result: your IQ level literally hits rock bottom. You are no longer a logically thinking human being. You are just a lizard trying to stay alive. Your body overflows with cortisol hormone. The effect of this hormone while you are riding a motorcycle is catastrophic. Your fine motor skills die. You cannot open the throttle millimetrically. You can only do on-off. The brain shuts down peripheral vision to counter the threat. You cannot see the corner exit, you only see the barrier. Your arms lock up. You cling to the handlebars. You prevent the suspension from working. So, the system trying to stay alive sabotages the laws of physics. It unconsciously does its best for you to have an accident. But remember, the amygdala does not panic for no reason. There is a traitor giving it wrong information, the inner ear. Let's get down to the psychological dimension of the event. When the motorcycle leans in a corner, your eyes say, "We are turning." Your inner ear says, "We are standing straight, but gravity has shifted." Because of centrifugal force, your brain compares these two different reports. It thinks something is going wrong. This is called sensory mismatch. What do you feel when this happens? Nausea? No, that is seasickness. Its equivalent on a motorcycle is dissociation. That is, the feeling of detachment. It feels like you are not on the motorcycle. The image turns into a video game. You detach from reality. This is your brain's self-protection reaction. If you suddenly felt a sense of alienation like, "What am I doing here?" in a corner, you are not a coward, it's just your vestibular system giving an error. So, how do MotoGP pilots do this? Don't they have an amygdala? Of course they do, but they hacked their brains. The magic word here, neuroplasticity. Neurons in your brain turn the paths they constantly use into asphalt. This is called myelination. For a novice rider, counter-steering, or looking, is like walking through bushes. It is slow, difficult, and the amygdala stops you at every corner. However, the master rider has repeated it so many times that his brain has recorded the code corner equals opportunity instead of corner equals threat. The way to overcome fear is definitely not courage. Courage is for fools. The way to overcome fear is to load enough data, that is, experience, to send the signal, "This situation is safe, turn off the alarm," to the amygdala, to make it feel safe. I will give you how to do this at the end of the video. But first, come on, let's talk about that reward together. This is where the neuroparadox begins. Think about it. While the entry of the corner is the biggest source of fear, why is the apex point sweeter than the most beautiful cake in the world? We call this flow state. Its scientific name is much cooler. Are you ready to hear it? Transient hypofrontality. Its name in a way we can understand. Temporary front brain shutdown. Right in the middle of the corner, the moment you catch that perfect line, your brain has to process a lot of data such as speed, lean angle, road grip at the same time. So it does this by shutting down your self center to save energy. The prefrontal cortex goes silent. That is, that nagging inner voice saying, "Did I answer the emails? What did the boss at work say? Which bike will I switch to in the future?" Goes silent. Only the now moment remains. That cool philosophical saying, staying in the moment, or nirvana in Buddhism, and this moment on a motorcycle are actually neurologically exactly the same. And to celebrate this wonderful event, the brain injects a cocktail into the body. So what are the components of this cocktail? Dopamine, reward and pleasure. Norepinephrine, laser focus. Anandamide, happiness and peace. I said riding a motorcycle is not therapy. I was wrong. The motorcycle is a neurological reset button. Have you ever felt like 3 seconds in a corner felt like never-ending time? This is called tachysensia. In the moment of fear, time freezes and you feel helpless. In the moment of flow, that is, in a good moment, time expands and you feel like God. The reason is simple. Frame rate. So what does this mean? In normal life, your brain processes 30 frames per second. But in a corner, to stay alive, it increases processor speed and starts processing 120 frames per second. Because your brain processes more data in a shorter time, the outside world looks slow motion to you. This feels like that scene in superhero movies. You see everything. You feel the tire gripping the asphalt, every single pebble shifting on the asphalt. Here we bikers are addicted to this feeling. Now you understood better what I meant. So how will we get out of that fear mode and switch to God mode? While the amygdala is giving an alarm, how will we silence it and activate the prefrontal cortex? Here is the 3-step neurohack protocol you will apply on your next ride. Step 1. Physiological sigh. If your heart is beating very fast while approaching a corner, it means your cortisol level has hit the ceiling. The fastest biological way to lower this is: take 2 short and sharp breaths through your nose. One fills the lung, the second opens the alveoli. Remember, it is very effective. Exhale long and slowly through your mouth. This triggers the vagus nerve and instantly slows down your heartbeat. Don't say calm down. Breathe. Step 2. Panoramic vision. Stress narrows vision. This situation is called tunnel vision. Here, this tunnel vision increases stress. This is a cycle. To break this while locking your eyes on the corner exit, try to consciously notice the edges of your field of vision, for example, the trees and the sky. Widening the vision sends the signal, "No threat, we are in hunter mode," to your brain. Step 3. Mechanical trigger. When your brain panics, it cannot think abstractly. Give it a concrete task. Give yourself a voice command. Push. Just focus on pushing the handlebars. When the brain focuses on a concrete task, it silences its emotional center. The motorcycle is not a machine made of only metal and plastic. It is definitely a machine with a soul. The motorcycle is a biological test device designed to explore the limits of the human mind. It is not your fault that you are scared in corners. This is your hardware. But now you know how to update the software, recognize the fear, that is the amygdala, silence it with breath, scientific name, vagus, and enter the flow. Because on the asphalt, while going at 100 kilometers speed, you cannot run from yourself. That is the place where you get closest to yourself. Ride safe, ride smart, and may your dopamine be plentiful.